So now it is as much like everything else. Now the deputies are firefighters. You hear that? Basically telling the fire department, just keep doing water drops and knock this fire down. That's not how it works, guys. But is that in there? You see him on the top of your screen? Okay. Yeah, we don't know. We looked for the vehicle out in front. The garage doors were down. You see an LA County Fire helicopter coming in there, and they're going to make another drop. So hopefully that'll slow this fire down a bit. But it's going to burn through the entire structure. Without boots on the ground, there's no way they're going to be able to knock this down completely. But that was one of the most effective drops we've seen of the three that the helicopter has made. But we were never able to look inside that garage. The garage doors were down, and we do not see the Toyota Tundra anywhere near this. I want to open up out of this shot. We got SkyMap 7 up and show you Bent Spur Drive. This is south of the 14 on what would be the south end of Acton. And fortunately, this home is isolated up on that long driveway and not next close to some of those other homes. That would have been more of an issue, the fire spreading to some other structures, and there's no wind today. We'll push back in. I just wanted to give you some perspective on the streets here, give you an idea exactly where this is. That drop was pretty effective compared to the other two. We do see it did not spread to the garage yet. There's another detached building there off to the right side of your screen. It looks like that is not on fire yet, but it looks like the fire crews right now, besides the helicopter, sheriff's deputies and the boots on the ground, the firefighters, they're content to let this burn. It's not going anywhere. They're going to make some drops from the helicopter. We heard a report that they may escort some firefighters up. The sheriff's department may, but we haven't seen that activity yet. You can see they're deploying there in front of the Bobcat, but they have not moved up the driveway quite yet. You know, besides this home that's going to be a total loss, and besides the fact that the time is on the side of the sheriff's department and the fire department because the fire is not really spreading to any other structures or to the hillside, some more water drops may be effective at this point in time. But the timeline is interesting as far as what we have. The initial reports fired around 10:55, I believe, at the fire station. And then it wasn't long after that that we heard the suspect had started his home on fire. We responded to this scene here on Bent Spur Drive in Acton. There was a small fire burning on the east side of the house. It slowly spread to the entire structure, and fire crews and sheriff's deputies now are just standing by, getting ready to approach. You see a lot of the neighbors that come out on the street to try and see what's going on. There's some people may have a hard time getting to their homes, or maybe some also that have been evacuated. There's some ranch-style homes in this area. There are some horses very close to that property. But as we open up and show you the house once again, it really has not spread to anything but that structure, and we're fortunate there's no wind, that it hasn't moved towards any other buildings. And so I think really time is on the side of the sheriff's department. They believe it is the suspect. More than likely it is the suspect, but you can never be sure. We did see what appeared to be a man down in what appeared to be some type of water feature, maybe a lap pool. And the information they had, they believed it might have been a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And now you see the home is collapsing in on itself. Once the roof collapsed, it really started to take off. They've made 2 water drops, 3 actually. They'll probably make a couple more. The last one was very effective. So hopefully they can get the fire out. That's one less thing they'll have to deal with. And then I think they'll approach the home and they'll start their investigation. But the home is a total loss. They're not going to save any portion of that home, it doesn't appear. Yeah, it doesn't appear that they believe that that's a threat that's going to move over to that area. They may have evacuated some of the people out if we get a tight shot. They haven't moved the horses out. We saw a dog running around a moment ago. We also saw a sheriff's deputy with a canine unit walking into the property. So they may be trying to clear this adjacent property. Right now it doesn't appear they need to get the livestock or the horses out of there, although there is a trailer and they may be putting some horses inside there as a precaution. But if we just give you a wide shot, you sort of get the idea exactly what they're dealing with. There's little to no wind. The fire is moving away from those corrals and those barns, if you will. And this fire is going to run out of fuel. It's going to burn through this home, and there'll be nothing left to burn. A few more water drops may actually put it out. And then at that point, I think the sheriff's department is going to actually approach. The garage is about ready to go. You see that smoke on the right? Can you hold it right here? Say again? Okay. We're good for a bit here fuel-wise, huh? Bend spur, a lane, or a drive? Okay, sounds good. Well, push into the garage a little bit there, Jamie. Looks like they're going to go. Not really, not too much yet, huh? You think that's, still just think that's stucco? I mean, none of it fell. Well, usually when you see a fire like this and the roof collapses, the outer shell also burns, you know? You usually see the walls fall. And it seems like it's not, it burns up to the walls and then they just stand on the outside. Hard to say. All right, thanks. But yeah, we're gonna have to leave here soon. We'll get some fuel. All right, we got a little time. If they want to do one more talker. Any word about another helicopter? Open up, Jamie. Where is he? From the house to the west, to the right. There he is. What? No. Okay, very good. I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. It is very possible. We looked for it. We never could find it, David and Ellen, but this fire has collapsed the roof of that home. It may be made out of some type of brick or stone or concrete because the sides of the structure have not collapsed in on itself. It's hard to say, but it's very modern, and it's taken a long time for this home to burn. In the last 4 or 5 drops, there have been 5 water drops. The last couple have been very effective. We want to give you a bit of a wide shot. There was a report that they may approach the home with sheriff's deputies providing cover for the fire department, but we don't see anything that gives us that type of information. Well, there you go. We saw them below. We just don't see any fire crews behind them, but you see now that the Bearcat is moving up this long driveway towards the home, and they are in the process of trying to assess exactly what they're dealing with here, see if there may be any other threats. We'll open up a bit out of this shot. You know, we're always concerned that we could give away the location. of deputies as they approach a home, but at this point, that home could not have an active television that is working. No one could actually be inside that structure and watching what we're showing you, so we're not too concerned about that at this point in time. You see Sheriff's Air Rescue 5 on the right side of your screen. They're trying to assess the situation with the crews on the ground, make certain there couldn't be another shooter here. They do believe the suspect possibly shot himself, is dead at the scene, but obviously you have to confirm that, and that will take time. They have to get into this area. They have to clear it. It appears they've gotten some of the horses out of the area. There's always a concern there could be a firefight. If there was another individual here that was armed, you just never know in these types of situations, so they have to take precautions. But as you can tell now, the Bearcat is slowly moving up towards the structure. This has been burning for about an hour and a half or so, I believe, and that's the first movement we've seen with sheriff's deputies actually coming up to the property. Yeah, that, and I believe by now they've gotten a lot of more information as well. They probably talked to any family members of the individual who lived here. They probably have more information on whether or not there could be anyone else inside that home. If they found out other people lived there, they possibly have already made contact with those individuals. They'll get that type of information. So the more information they have, the more safely they can proceed when they approach the house. But you can tell they're being very cautious. They didn't go right up to the front. They're slowly moving in behind that Bearcat. We do not see any fire crews behind them, though. We had some information that they may provide cover for ground crews, ground firefighters to put the fire out. But it doesn't appear they're really concerned about the fire that much at this point in time. It really doesn't appear the fire is going to spread to any other structures or even to any brush and become any type of brush fire in the area. It's pretty much contained to the home itself. Yep. Now they're backing out. Another helicopter coming in, Jamie. Where's he at? Oh, I see him. Off to your left just a little bit, Jamie. Top left corner of your screen. Up right there. I did. It's going to be off to your right a little bit, Jamie. Yeah, I just did the report. We probably need to brake for fuel. All right. Okay, let me know when it comes up. The helicopter is like right top of your screen, right above the smoke. Well, that was a good drop. Copy. All right, copy that. They don't seem to be too worried.